What's up, everyone? We are live to bring you Saturday's card. Bryan Leonard and myself. Adam has a commitment. He could not make it. He might join us in the chat. Not sure, but how was your yesterday, Brian? I think you are winning quite a lot in the last month or so.
Yeah, 2-1. Unfortunately, I did lose my 4% play. Yeah, on the Padres, the one team that's been jinxing us all season long. But I like the situation for Robbie Ray going to the new team, pitching at home, and he didn't pitch very well yesterday. So that's a legitimate loss. The other two was a team total at one and another total, a full game total at one. So totals, I think, are now what 17-4 runs, something like
Your
that.
totals
So
are on fire.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I can't complain at all. I would have loved another 3-0 sweep. We'd swept the 5 games before that, but hey, even when you're
Yeah.
winning, you're not going to win every day. So it's basically a slight loss yesterday, but we'll get it back today. I'm pretty confident on
Well,
that.
you won your 5% on the Yankees under the day before, so I'm pretty sure you're not hurting too bad.
No, I don't mind it at all. It's going to happen. I'm still very confident, even off a 2-1 day. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. I have a 5% play out
Awesome.
today. So it would be a good time to get Red Hot Brian and my 5% play for the next 3 days, all access, for a very low price. You get all access to both of us. Or if you don't like us and you like Adam, you can pick Adam and one of us to do a double play. So go to wagertalk.com on any of our capper pages. Just scroll down to find double play, and you can select your two cappers. 3 days all access. So I went 2-1 also yesterday, and I was very surprised to see Robbie Ray pitch because he looks so good the last month or so.
Yeah.
I was really surprised about that. But Padres are just one of those teams. They're really a thorn in my side, just like Seattle. Those two teams just burn me, it seems, every single time. I don't know why. Let's get on to today's first cap. So we're going to, this is probably the best pitching matchup of the day. If there's a better one, let me know. But we got Garrett Cole and Chris Sale going, Atlanta and New York. I'm looking forward to this one. It's the earliest game out there, too. So, how do you see the Braves and the Yankees? Because the Yankees, since making those acquisitions, their bats are not quite as dead as they were before that. So, how do you see this
Yeah.
shaking out?
We're looking at Sale against Cole. Sale's a lefty, Cole's a righty. Two veterans, I could say it, two future Hall of Famers. Chris Sale's about a 135 favorite on the road against Garrett Cole. Total is 7.5, slightly to the under. I prefer the Atlanta side. Sale's been very good when he's not played, divisional rivals. I see him 3 or 4 times a season. He's been very good, but Garrett Cole, it's tough to fade Garrett Cole in this price range. Not often do you get him playing at home, obviously with the Yankees and catching him as a dog. But I prefer the Atlanta side here, although you have to consider the bullpen situation for Atlanta. Their best bullpen arms has struggled a little bit and had to throw some pitches yesterday. So if I'm going to play Atlanta, I'd like to play him in the first 5, but then you're paying an extra 20 cents to do that. So I'm not in the price range where I'm going to get involved in this one right now. If I could get down to a 130 on Atlanta, they may be on my card. The cheapest I see out there right now is minus 135. So it's in range. I mean, the game doesn't start for 5 more hours. We'll see what we can come up with. But yeah, hard to go against Sale. The guy's 38 or something now. He's just been phenomenal. So I'm leaning on that side right now.
Hard to go against either of these guys, man. Cole's having a great season too. I'm surprised you're not thinking about a total in this one. Your totals have been scorching hot.
Yeah, if I'm playing the under, but I would really have preferred to get an 8 because the Yankees, I just don't trust their bats right now. And like I said, with the bullpen for Atlanta, they blew it yesterday and had to do some extra things to get that job done. But yeah, that's the only thing keeping me off of it. So just a lean right now until we get a better price.
So thank you, Grant's dad, for the comment and for the super chat. We did win our parlay yesterday, 3-leg. It was plus 729. Huge parlay win to bring us right back up to pretty much even, I think. So again, grab a double play. We're all really seeing it really well, especially Brian. So grab a double play. So yeah, I kind of see it the same way as you. It's really hard to go against either one of these pitchers. And I actually pulled up their stats against the team they're facing today, and both of them have batting averages against under 200, and both of them have OPSs under 700. So I don't see a lot of runs being scored here, especially from the Yankee side. Looking at the bullpens, though, both bullpens performing rather poorly right now. Got the Braves ranked 19, and I got the Yankees ranked 17 current form. That doesn't mean that's who they are. That means how they're performing since the All-Star break, pretty much. So if I were to bet a total, I would go for the under on the first 5 here. I looked it up before the show, and it was 4. And 4 is a little precarious. I don't think I want to take a 4. If it was 4.5, I think I would jump all over it. A lot of books will let you alt it to 4.5, but you're going to have to pay about minus 160 to minus 165. Pretty hefty price. And Atlanta right now, their lineup is ranked 6 in MLB in current form, where the Yankees are ranked 22. So maybe a Yankees, I would love to do a Yankees team total under in the first half, but it's 1.5.
Yeah.
And Major League Baseball teams can score 2 runs in the blink of an eye. So I don't think I'm going to do that either. I think under 4 would be my play if I had to play it, but I would really love to alt it to 4.5 and take an under.
Yeah, it'll cost you a pretty good amount. I just checked that because I thought the same thing, but most of them are 3.5s out there now. So
really,
yeah,
wow.
It was, yeah, I was hoping to get a 4 minus 110 on the under, but yeah, you're not going to see that right now.
So the bane of Brian's existence yesterday, the San Diego Padres and the Astros. So Vita, he's taking his 7-month-old to her first game. That's so cute. That's awesome. Is this game in Houston or is it in San Diego?
San Diego.
Okay,
and
so
fortunately,
Vita,
she won't remember
Diego,
it because most kids don't start remembering things till they're 3 years old. But hey, it's nice to show up.
She won't remember it. She won't remember it, but
you will.
Yeah, you absolutely will. And it's a special time. I don't remember my first baseball game, but I do remember I was at the Disco Sucks riot in 1977, I believe, 78 at Comiskey Park. Yeah, the White Sox. There was a doubleheader that day. And my dad, we lived in Davenport, Iowa, and we drove out to Chicago. He was a big Cubs fan. So yeah, went to the Disco Sucks riot was the first game I remember. We watched the first game, but the second game, the field burned up and beer bottles were flying all over the place. So we got out of there rather quickly. So we got Lambert. Lambert is actually pitching really well. I've never really liked him, but he's pitching really well this season for the Astros. And King is a guy who I've always liked since he pitched for the Yankees. But he's 6-8. So how do you see this shaking out? The Padres is about minus 115 to minus 110.
I lean with the dog here in Lambert. I think as much as I like King, Lambert's the guy I want to bet here. And the only problem is that Houston won that game yesterday. I'd much prefer to have the Padres home off a loss, and that's what they're at right here. So the situation calls for the Padres, but I really like Lambert. Let me take the total in the game is 8, slightly to the under. Let's see what the team total is here on San Diego. I was hoping it was a 4. It's 3.5 to the over. Yeah, it's not enough on this one to get me involved. Like I said, I like Lambert, but the situation calls for San Diego. So, and the numbers just aren't there. So it's somebody commented yesterday because I use the Angels. They said, why would anybody use the Angels? This is because they shouldn't have been as big of a underdog as they are. And
I was one of them.
Yeah, and it won, but it's anything can happen in one. It's in that situation, so I'm not bragging about it, but I'm just saying that when we do this, we're not betting teams, we're betting numbers. And if we think the underdog should be getting plus 150 and they're getting plus 170, I'm interested in that underdog. I don't care who it is, even the Colorado Rockies on the road. which I actually give a little bit of a thought to today, but I don't know if I'm going to get there.
Yeah. Thank you for the chat there, Zach. We appreciate it. When I put these numbers into my database, man, it lights up like a Christmas tree in favor of the Astros here. I got Lambert ranked like 8 spots higher than Michael King on a 30 curve. So I got him 9 and I got King 16. I guess that's only 7, but if you do. Both bullpens top 10, but the Stros bullpen, I got them ranked 4. We got the Padres ranked 8. So a little advantage for the Stros in that one as well. And lineups, I got the Astros 3. They're really cranking it. And I got the Padres 7. So kind of one of those games where the Astros are doing everything better than the Padres, but just by a little bit. And on top of that, the Padres are just a thorn in my side every time I bet them. But if I were to bet this game, I would definitely take the Astros. Might make it my parlay leg for today, but I'll wait and see how things go down the line. Not sure if I want to do that yet because I always lose Padres games. So let's just put it that way. We've got another super chat from Zach saying he's got boots on the ground for the Cardinals game. So yes, we absolutely will go over the Cardinals game for you today. Looks like we've got Liberatore going against Kyle Freeland. Kyle Freeland, in the past, I thought he was one of the Rockies' most reliable starters, but this season he is just awful, and he's only 33 years old. It's not, over the hill and losing his stuff or anything. He's actually got a better ERA at home, though. He's got a 5.49 ERA at home and an 8 ERA on the road. So I don't know, though. Something's wrong with Kyle Freeland this season. I always thought he was pretty reliable. So how do you see the Cardinals? This is actually one of my wins yesterday. I had the Cardinals -1, by the way. But how do you see this one shaking out today? Liberatore and Freeland.
Yeah, I had the Cardinals team total under yesterday, and that was one of my wins. I'm because there's only 2 of us here, I just want to let people know I'm not ignoring Brandon when he's talking. I'm listening to him, but I'm trying to run Twitter right now as I'm doing it, trying to get as much information as we can. Since we're only a 2-man group right now, I'm trying to catch something that maybe we hadn't seen. So if you see me playing with my phone, that's what it is. It's not I'm ignoring it. I'm still listening, just with my eyes. Can't be everywhere at once. You know how that goes. All right. Yeah.
I'm not one of those people who demands respect when I'm talking. That's fine.
I know. I'm sitting there thinking everybody's always interested in what the other guy's doing. And then I go back and watch it and everybody's doing this, doing that. So yeah, it's just part of it. And with 2
Brian
people,
and I are good. We go to rock concerts together. We're best friends, so don't worry about it.
We get a lot of time. Okay. But this is the game that I was considering. We got Colorado and St. Louis, Freeland and Liberatore. 2 pitchers who are not having good seasons. But do you really trust St. Louis in this price range of 155 here with Liberatore? Yeah, I want to find a way to either play Colorado or play the under. And the under is going to sound like a stupid thing to do. You had mentioned 8-run ERA on the road for Freeland. Liberatore's had some struggles as well. But neither one of these teams are hitting. And the Cardinals situation is I really like their pitching. It's a good pitching ballpark. Played yesterday under, and I think this was going under too. At the 8.5, you would think with these 2 going, with the numbers they've had, the line would come out at 9. I think the sportsbook feels the same way I do about these offenses. So this is one of the games that I'm considering for my parlay today. You can get under 8.5 at -105 right now. That is a thought process for me, and that may be the way we go. But we've got a little bit longer to go in this one. But I do like the under.
Yeah. The way I feel, again, I have a 5% play out in Major League Baseball today, and Brian will be putting his plays out right after the show. It's a good time to get a double play. WagerTalk also has something called a triple play, which you can get 6 days for the price of 3, I believe. I hope that offer didn't expire at the end of last month. Brian has a full year special, and I have an international baseball for free special if you buy the rest of my MLB season. So a lot of specials going on. Go to wagertalk.com. If you like Brian, go to his page. If you like me, go to my page. We'll make it a popularity contest, just like the prom in high school. So Liberatore has horrible numbers against these Rockies. He's got a 389 average against and a 1,032 OPS. So that scares me a little bit. Actually, when I picked the Cardinals yesterday, it scared me because the Colorado Rockies are actually hitting quite well despite not really having a lot of star power there. So that kind of scares me. And I got the Rockies ranked better than the Cardinals in hitting and bullpen. So yes, Liberatore is a better pitcher than Freeland, but he's got horrible numbers against the Rockies. And you know, how good is he? He's 5-8 with almost a 5 ERA himself, and he doesn't pitch at Coors. So I don't know. I think today would be a good day to take the Rockies. Maybe take them plus 1.5. I think it's a dog type of game, is how I see it at least. I'm not enamored with Liberatore. I'm definitely not enamored with Freeland, but yeah, I think the Rockies can hit today. So I think they'll score a little bit more than the Cardinals, and scoring a little bit more than your opponent is really all that matters in the end.
Yeah, he has not faced the Rockies all season long, and when he's been on the road, he has pitched at some pretty good hitting parks. He's been to Toronto, he's been to Atlanta, Kansas City's more of a hitting park this year. The Athletics, so Houston and Washington. So he's faced some good teams on the road and good hitting parks. He won't be doing that today. So still like the under, but we'll see if I make that the play or not.
Sounds good. So we have another chat. You know what, guys? WagerTalk management always compliments us. This says our viewers are the best, and you guys are. You guys are the most knowledgeable, awesome. And we have the least amount of trolls and the least amount of frat guys saying, "Oh, Cincinnati sucks." You know, we have actually an intelligent audience. So we appreciate you guys tuning in every single night. You guys are the reason why we keep doing this every night, or night for me and morning for Brian. So, Brian, your Guardians finally came through, says Alex. So did my Nats. Do your Guardians stay hot today? Yeah, the Guardians were pretty ice cold since the All-Star break going into yesterday. They played really well yesterday. The funny thing is the Guardians have really good pitching. I'm kind of shocked that they don't have a better record than they actually do. So do you think they get hot going here till the end of the season? Do they make the playoffs is a good question as well. What do you think about this game, first of all?
I said I like the team coming out of the trade deadline, and then they went back and they lost the first 3 games. I think they were favored in probably all of them, but they did come out and play well yesterday. This is a big series. Right now, I believe they're 2 games behind the White Sox in the division. And this division is up for grabs. Minnesota's been doing very well. So, yeah, a lot of these teams, all pretty equal. So it's pretty much a crapshoot to see who gets knocked out in the first round. You never know, but, yeah, they'll all be underdogs. But Williams has been fantastic. It goes back 4 starts, I believe. He struck out 10 players and walked 1 guy in 4 straight starts or something. Just some incredible run. I think he'll have success here against the White Sox. Anthony Kay is going for the White Sox. He's a lefty, and Cleveland doesn't hit lefties very often, but they did make some trades over the break there, and so they should be a better offensive team. I kind of like the under here. It's 7.5, under 20 at most spots. This is one of the other ones that I was considering. I think Williams could hold the White Sox to 2 to 3 runs, and with Cleveland not hitting lefties, and the game being very important, I could see a little small ball going on now with Kwan's hitting now, and he hasn't stolen many bases lately in the last couple of years, but he's still got the speed. Ramirez has got a lot of speed, so Ramirez actually scored 2 runs yesterday, even though he's gotten off to a little bit of a slow start since coming back from his injury. That he would. Most guys do, especially if it's a hand injury. But the offense looks better than it did in the past, but I think they'll struggle a little bit here against Kay, and I like the under here. And if you're going to play a side, I do prefer the Cleveland side. You're getting him at about a 125 range. it was down to 120, they may be something that would add to my card as well.
So we're getting a lot of compliments in the comments. Total Bases, second to Tulsa King for viewing pleasure. You know what? I'm a huge Sopranos fan, but I've never watched Tulsa King. I heard Sylvester Stallone's really good in that, though. I might want to binge watch it. Maybe I haven't seen even one episode. I think it's in the 4th season now. But I love gangster shows and movies. Sopranos was awesome. And
his daughter's in that.
Yeah.
His daughter's in that. Is I think a bartender or whatever. She's really cute.
Oh.
He got beautiful kids. His wife is beautiful.
Yeah, well, he's a good-looking guy. I mean, in his youth.
Oh yeah. All the kids are awesome. They're all good looking.
Italian too. I mean, So yeah, Italian women are beautiful. So are Korean women. Anyways, let's get on with it. I kind of agree with you. I like how Gavin Williams is pitching. Matter of fact, I like how the Guardians are playing despite them being a little bit cold up to now. I don't like their bullpen play in current form right now. So if I were going to play this game, I would throw the bullpen out and probably play the Guardians in the first 5. Kay's been pitching well, but he's had a few bumps in the road. Got him on a scale of 30. I've got him ranked 18, and I've got Gavin Williams ranked 7. So huge starting pitcher discrepancy here. I don't like the way, like I said, Guardians bullpen is playing, but hitting wise also, I got the Guardians 18 and I got the White Sox 23. So everything to me points to a first 5 Guardians money line play. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make that my parlay leg. Right. Let's take Cleveland in the first 5.
First 5. You're paying a little bit more. You're looking at about anywhere from 155 to 160 here.
Okay, we'll call it 158.
Okay.
Cleveland first 5 on the money line is going to be how I'm going to go with my parlay leg. Again, as a professional capper, we generally don't give plays out like that very often. Of course, occasionally I'll do a minus 160 or something here or there, but for a parlay leg, I think this is just fine. So we'll wait for Brian's parlay leg, and that's how I would cap this game. First 5 for the Guardians. It's pretty hefty price, actually, for a team that's not really that much better than the team they're facing, but I still like it. So that's where I'm going to go with my parlay. Sorry, guys, I am not a multitasking person, so it's very hard for me to talk and read the comments at the same time. So I'll tell you what, I am going to go to the schedule and pick out a game that I want to cover, because I am curious to get Brian's thoughts on this game. Actually, I would like to cover the Orioles and Rangers. We've got Bradish going against DeGrom. Now, I've seen DeGrom. I've backed DeGrom a couple times and gotten burned. So is he just a poor road pitcher, or is he aging and falling off a cliff here? His ERA is 3.96, which is not terrible, but I've backed him a couple times on the road and he's just gotten hammered. So is he just a good home pitcher, or is he just getting old? Can you fill us in on your thoughts on the Orioles Rangers today?
Yeah, he started the season well, struggled a little bit as of late. He's still rated the 29th best pitcher in baseball by Fangraph's website. His home ERA is 3.04, road ERA 4.87. His strikeout to walk ratio is better at home. His batting average allowed is 45 cents better, or 45%, 0.45 better at home. So he's been a much better pitcher. And if you've looked at him over the years, he is basically a home pitcher. That's when you want to back him. His game score on the season is 54. He's coming off of his second worst start of the season. He had a 12 back in against the Angels. After that game, he came back out and gave up 2 runs in 6 innings to Houston. Last time out, he got bombed by Houston, and it was a game score of 23. So he's struggling a little bit as of late. He's not been very consistent, but that would be the way that I would look at this. The only problem with Texas is they had to use Latch yesterday for a long time, and he's such a superior arm in that bullpen compared to everybody else. Right now, they've got a Latch is the 9th best pitcher in baseball. He's been a great closer, but in order to get the save yesterday, had to throw 32 pitches. I don't think he'll be in there today. He's thrown 56 the last 4 days, so don't know if he'll be in there. But I do like, Chase Soseth is a guy that they brought in. I like him, and they actually got Jordan Montgomery back in the majors. He's right now. He's come off the IL. They expect him to pitch in relief. If you remember him, it's been a couple of years since he's been in the major leagues, but he gives them a little bit more depth in that bullpen right now. From a hitting standpoint, you got a couple guys in Nemo and Duran are hitting very well, but we got everybody else is basically in the 200 and 300s for Texas. So I like the situation for Texas. I like the pitcher at home, but I don't like the bats here. And so basically, when I'm taking a look at this one, we're looking at the game. The latest number, DeGrom is about a 145 favorite with a total of 7.5 to the under. I'd like to play Texas, but I don't like the way the offense is, and I don't want to lay that number. So maybe let me take a look at that Baltimore team total. Baltimore team total is 3.5 to the under 30. Keeping that in mind for myself, that would be the way I would play at Texas. To keep Baltimore under 3.5 runs in a really good pitcher's ballpark, but don't know if I'm going to get there at these current numbers.
Yeah. Again, I got a 5% play up. Brian's going to have his plays out after the show. Grab a double play. Even our comrade Adam has been quite hot lately. All three of us, I think we're all top 5 on the year, I think. I know Adam and I were vying for second place. So grab a double play with 2 of your 3 favorite cappers at WagerTalk.com. Just go to our capper page and you will see the double play special if you scroll down. Yeah, Bradish and DeGrom. Like I said before I threw it over to you, DeGrom has burned me a couple times, but I think his home road discrepancy is pretty big, and today he's at home. Expected numbers included, I have both of these pitchers almost dead even, like not a lot of separation between the two pitchers, almost no separation between the two bullpens, and the two bullpens are very, very bad in current form. Both of them rank 25, basically. The only place I see a little separation here is the Rangers hitting a little better in current form. I don't know. I think DeGrom at home with a slightly better lineup behind him. If I were to play this, I would take the Rangers probably in the first 5 or even full game because DeGrom might go a little deep here today. Just a hunch. I probably won't actually play that, but if I did, that's the way I would go with it. And we've got Danny here. Chase Burns bounce back while listening to Sabbath. Let's get it. I love Sabbath. I'm sure Brian likes Black Sabbath. Actually, Brian introduced me to a, what would you call them? A parody Black Sabbath band called Mac Sabbath.
They dress up as the cartoon characters from the McDonald's commercial.
McDonald's. And yeah, the lead singer who's supposed to be Ozzy, he's dressed like Ronald McDonald and he's singing it. Funny stuff. Go to YouTube and check them out. They're kind of funny. Brian turned me on to that. So yeah, we got the Reds going today. Chase Burns, pretty good pitcher, and the Reds are facing the Washington Nationals with Alvarez, who actually, when I see his name, I'm really turned off by it. But then when I look at his numbers, I'm like, wow, he's actually not pitching bad. Washington's been a pretty good team to back when they're huge underdogs, which they are again today, naturally. So Chase Burns, 13-1. I don't know if he's pitching that well. How do you see this one shaping up? Reds on the road against the Nats.
Yeah, the Reds on the road, about a 143 favorite and a total 8.5, slightly to the over. 2 pitchers I want to back. Burns has been terrific all season long. I believe on the road, he's on like a 12. The Reds run like a 12-1 run with him starting a game on the road. Can't discount that. He's been very good on the road. Alvarez is also a guy I like a little bit. He doesn't get a lot of notary, but he's pitched pretty well. The Washington problem right now is they got their best hitter out of the lineup, one of their two best hitters out of the lineup. He's a big power guy. And if you've noticed, they have faded a little bit since the All-Star break, especially in the last week or so. Especially the offense. We made so much money on Washington earlier this season. You kind of expect them to bounce back. Well, they haven't bounced back in this regard. So as Teddy Saransky would say, if I'm playing, I'm laying. And also interested in maybe the Washington team total under as well. Let me just get a quick look at that, because I think Burns is going to have a good game against them here. Washington team total is 3.5 to the under. So you can get them you can get under 3.5 at basically plus 100, something to that range. So somewhat interested in that as well. But the only problem is you're betting on the Cincinnati Reds on the road, and Cincinnati's been a disappointing team. Now, they have hit better as of late, but still, if I'm playing, I'm laying. It's Cincinnati or nothing for me.
Looks like Mark Lambert went and checked out Mac Sabbath. Says
awesome.
It makes him hungry. He must have looked it up on YouTube. Yeah. Someone else in the chat, Richard, was also at Disco Demolition. Yeah. I was, I think, 5 years old at that time, and maybe I was 6 or 7, but I remember my dad covering my head because all the beer bottles were flying all over the place. So yeah, it was a crazy night.
This baseball game is fun.
Yeah, it was a doubleheader. The DJ was burning disco albums, and I actually liked disco. But anyways, I don't know why everyone was so against disco back then. So Chase Burns, Andrew Alvarez, Cincinnati, Washington. I've got Cincinnati favored in almost every category. The Washington bullpen has turned up a little bit. They're not quite as bad as they were last week, but they're still not very good. Reds bullpen is one of their strong points, actually. Got them ranked 8. Well, I got Washington ranked 21. I would think about a Cincinnati team total, if not the side. Cincinnati's hitting the ball pretty well. Washington, Andrew Alvarez, he does have good surface numbers, but I got him ranked 19 on a scale of 30. So I see Cincinnati scoring some runs in this one. I might take a team total over 4.5 for Cincinnati in this one if I were to bet it. If I'm not going to bet the side, that's probably how I would go with that one. So let's see. Someone's saying Cubs and Red Sox money line. Let's take one of these because unfortunately the Red Sox are about a -300 today, but deservingly so. They're the red hottest team in MLB. Let me speak English. So we got the Athletics and Red Sox. We've got jump. Crisscross will make you jump with Bennett, who's looked excellent this season. I don't know if he's looked excellent because he's just pitching with a great team or if he's actually pitching well. Have you watched any of his games? And is Bennett actually good, or are these numbers fugazi? How do you see this game shaping up? Athletics and Red Sox.
Yeah, the Red Sox are about a 160 favorite here. And, you know, I don't eliminate anything based on the price if I think it should be higher. Maybe the Red Sox should be higher here. I mean, the Athletics have been the worst team in baseball for quite some time now. If you take a look at their record, they can't hit. They can't get any solid health out of their better players. Boston finds ways to win. Gage Jump, when he came up, and he's a lefty, and I've talked about this before, I like to bet on those lefties when they're new to the league, but they're starting to figure him out a little bit, and he hasn't pitched as well. He's not pitching in, the launch pad of Sacramento in this one, but Boston's a good hitting ballpark, especially if you go off that wall. So young guy who isn't used to that kind of situation, I think Boston could get to him. Maybe if you don't want to play that, the total in this game is 9. Let me just get a quick look here at the team totals. Boston's team total is 5.5 to the under. So if they score 6 runs, you're getting plus 100 back. I could see that happening. The Athletics bullpen stinks, and Jump hasn't played there, and he's a lefty, so they'll have a lot of right-handed bats they could pull off of that the monster. So leaning that way in this one, Bennett has been legit, no doubt about it. Everything he's done, he's been very impressive, and so it's Boston or nothing for me. Find a way to play Boston, either the I'm not a lot of people say take 2 big favorites and parlay them. The only problem there is you have to use how often does the best line happen at the exact same time at the exact same casino? So it doesn't help you at all. So if you're going to play it. If you think it should be higher, do it. But I'm not going to get there probably. I do see a 240 out there at FanDuel right now if anybody's interested. If I could get a 240, I may put a small bet on it, but a lot of other places are like a 260s, 270s. So if you're picking and choosing, that's why you get more than one book out there, because there's a ton of them out there. So yeah, I like Boston. I like the Boston offense. Maybe playing to score 6 runs. You don't have to lay any of that juice.
Yeah, I kind of like Boston here too. And like you said, it's all about pricing. And the thing is, though, the worst team in MLB is going to win 30 to 40% of their games.
40%, yeah.
Pretty much anything can happen. These guys, you can say, oh, the Rockies suck. But you know what? If you took that team over to Taiwan, they would knock the crap out of every single team out there. These guys are not bad players. They're just bad when you compare them to DeGrom and the best of the best, right? So these are not terrible teams. These are not terrible players. There's only like 300 guys in the world who can play baseball at this level. So that being said, Boston absolutely is the better team here, no doubt. My numbers absolutely light up when I put these in. Got Gage Jump ranked 18 out of 30 on a curve of 30. I got Bennett ranked 8. Boston's bullpen, one of the reasons why they're so hot is there a team hotter than this? What have they lost only 3 games in their last 25? One of the cappers at WagerTalk says, I'm not going to jump in front of the moving train, or someone, I think Steve Merrill said, or don't catch a falling knife or something.
Falling knife.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you always ride a streak, guys. The worst thing that can happen is you lose once. The best thing that can happen is you ride a streak and you get 3 wins before you lose once. So I always ride a streak. I would take Boston, but I don't know if I want to lay the 1.5. Yeah, I probably would. If I were going to play this, I would take Boston minus 1.5. I don't care. What are they at home? Doesn't matter. They should crush this team.
You're
I
laying
wouldn't pay
about
that price on the money line.
135 if you're laying the 1.5.
That's a huge fade. I don't know. I might do it. I might not do it. Like I said, my earlier point, every team in MLB is a good team. They're just suck compared to the best of the best, right? The A's, if you took them to AAA or AA, they would just stomp everybody. I mean, that's how good these players are. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe an A's team total under might be a way to go here, because their bats are quite flaccid right now. Got them ranked 24. Might be the way to go. Tough cap for that one, especially because they price it like that.
Yeah,
so
I know everybody's going to bet on them. They do ride those streaks. I've talked in the past. I'm the opposite. I'm looking for value. If the value gives me the other side, it just doesn't give it to me in this one.
I agree. I use the analogy of a Ferrari. You say $60,000 is a lot of money, but if someone's going to give you a souped up Ferrari for $60,000, all of a sudden that $60,000 is not that much money, because that Ferrari should be $200,000. So spending a lot of money or paying a high price sometimes is good value. So that's my analogy there. Someone is telling me to stop doing promos. Hey, we do this show for free. Yeah. So
I'm going to give a promo. I'm going to give a promo.
Let's do it.
You
let's
asked
do it
earlier,
just to make this guy mad.
Just to spite you.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got that deal out right now. 12 full months of my service for, I think it's $1,088 dollars, and 12 full months. That's a long way. In the last 12 months, I've really been crushing. I've been doing even better in month number 13 here. So, the leader on WagerTalk going back 12 months in all sports combined. It's been very good, but very consistent. And you're getting. Last year I had like 12,000 or 1,200 plays, and you're paying $10.88. You're getting my plays for less than $1 each. That includes the 5%ers, which go for $35. So keep in mind that's a great deal, and you're getting all of the games in NBA basketball, college football, NFL football, hockey. You know how well they do in hockey. I'm lifetime number one in hockey, lifetime number one in baseball. So if you're looking for the long term, you want to save money overall, just grab that right now. You'll never find a cheaper price. And that gets you all the way through baseball to this time next year, too. So it's a great deal. Get that right now. I got a few guys that have gotten it, and it's going to be ending in a couple of days. If you don't get it, it's gone.
Brian almost never promos that much. So thanks for this comment telling us to stop promoting, because I'm sure he did it out of spite, just like I'm about to. I have a 5% play up today. I'm currently the number 2 handicapper among 33 at WagerTalk in 2026. Or you could just get Brian and I for a double play, or even Adam with one of us for a double play. It's 3 days all access, including all 5% plays. 2 and 3 of the hottest cappers at WagerTalk. Okay, promo's over.
We're done.
Yeah, we did it. And Mark Lambert, that's a steal, Brian. Brian, that's a steal.
I know it is. I can't believe all these people are just signing up for like a 5% when they could have had that. But everybody's money situation is different. I fully understand it. But if you've been with us, especially over the last 2 months, we built up that bankroll so high now that you should be able to buy it even longer. Yep.
And all of us on this Total Basis show are plus, and we've made money for our clients, all 3 of us. So, and Grant's dad says your promos pay. Yes, they do, actually. There was another guy earlier who jumped in and said, I'm first time watcher and I'm not listening to anyone who dresses like that. Well, if my wardrobe is more important than winning money, then bye, Felicia. You can go watch someone else and lose. That's cool with me. So you can get all of my international baseball if you buy the rest of my MLB season. So that's my promo. We're going to do one more game and we're going to call it a night because Brian's got a show after this. Tune in to Brian. What is it called? After Hours? Or what was it called? I forgot.
Last Call, I believe.
Last call. Brian's going to be on Last Call on this WagerTalk YouTube channel at the top of the hour. So we're going to get him out so he can prepare. Let's do one more game. We already covered the St. Louis game. Someone was asking for a different game. Let me find it, guys. I'm not good at this. Boston, not Boston. We already covered Boston. All right, forget it. I'm just going to pick one out. Let's do the Blue Jays and Phillies. We got Scherzer going against Nola. This is going to be our last game of the day. So these are 2 guys who, let's say 6 years ago, this would have been an ace versus ace great game.
Yeah.
But today, not so much. And Toronto seems to be fading a little, and Philly seems to be turning the gas on. So how do you see these 2 old Grizzly veterans facing against each other?
Yeah, Philly's got on that nice run for a couple of months when they made the coaching change. I don't think it was a coaching change. I think it was just the schedule was much more favorable. They've struggled a little bit as of late, and that's the only concern I have for Philadelphia here because I do like the situation with Nola on the mound here. He's not been a good pitcher this year, and Scherzer's been hurt all year. And it tells you this isn't the 1990 or the 2010s with the Scherzer and Nola, because the total in this game is 9.5. We would never, if this was played back then, it would probably have been 7.5 and maybe 7. Who knows? 2 guys that have had great careers, and hats off to both of them. Don't know if Nola will make it to the Hall of Fame, but I think Scherzer's on a pretty good track. But we're looking at Philadelphia in the 160 range, total of 9.5 here. I kind of like Philadelphia, but I was hoping to catch them about 10 cents cheaper. I'm seeing a 55 is as low as it is right now. If it's a 50, I'm probably coming back with Philadelphia for a small play. But this isn't anything that I'm really jumping on. We got a lot. There's not a lot of aces going today. We got a lot of guys that have had up and down seasons out there pitching. If you're looking for aces, maybe we see in the Miami and Angels game where you got Urena and Alcantara going, 2 really good pitchers, and Urena's a guy right now. You picked him out a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago or whatever, and said this is the guy on his way, and it's been very good. But unfortunately in Philadelphia, unless the line lowers by about 10 cents, I probably won't be involved.
Yeah, kind of agree with that. These are two Grizzly veterans, but let's see who's in better form right now. Neither, actually. Total, we're looking at anywhere from a 9.5 to a 10. Seems really high, but then you look at the bullpens, like Philly's bullpen slightly better than average. Toronto's bullpen slightly below average. It's kind of a ho-hum kind of number there. Don't really glean anything off of that. The lineup is where I see the biggest difference here. We got Philly hitting 9 in current form, where we got the Blue Jays hitting 20. And I could look up face-to-face numbers, but it really doesn't matter because Max Scherzer used to be an absolute stud, so his numbers are going to look great, but he's not looking great lately. We all know that. I think he had a good start. His last start out kind of surprised me, if I'm not mistaken. Nola's got pretty good numbers against this Toronto lineup. Toronto is just kind of in a little bit of a funk here. Okamoto hit a home run the other day, but yeah, I think it's Philly or nothing. But like you said, price is a little hefty. This might be a decent time. Let's see. What is the price? Might be a decent time. 160. Yeah, this is a good time to take maybe a -1 because with a -1, you don't have to lay the 1.5. If your team wins, you don't lose your money. And in my opinion, in sports betting, if you don't lose, it's a win as far as I'm concerned. If you've ever played Pai Gow poker, you kind of know exactly how that is. Brian is a Las Vegas resident. I'm sure he's played Pai Gow poker. You tie, lose, tie, win. So that's kind of what -1s are like. I think this is a good spot for a -1, although I don't know if Nola is worth a -160 number here, but the Phillies I think are. So that's probably how I would bet this. If I were to bet it, would be Phillies -1. You can get it for about -130. Like a fair line to me. So we're going to wrap it up so Brian can get on to his next show. Do you have any last thoughts, Brian?
Yeah, I'm going to give you my parlay. We talked about this before, the Colorado St. Louis game under. 8.5 -115 to the under. Actually, -105 to the under. I just don't like either one of these offenses right now. And Colorado's got a better bullpen than they've had in the past. St. Louis did have to use O'Brien yesterday, but their bullpen is a little bit better than it was, or at least equal. So I'm going to fade the offenses, even though they've got 2 starting pitchers on there with bad numbers. Give me the Colorado St. Louis game under the total.
Awesome. So let me wrap up the parlay, but first let me say thank you to Adam for the super chat. Appreciate you guys watching. You guys are the smartest audience out of all the WagerTalk shows. Don't tell anyone else that. But we appreciate
tell
you guys.
Everyone.
You guys,
you deserve it.
You guys are the reason Brian wakes up at 5:30 every morning to do the show, and you're the reason why I stay up till 11 at night every night to do the show. So we appreciate you guys. The parlay is going to be Cleveland first 5 money line for me, and Brian is going to take the Cardinals Rockies under 8.5. So that's our parlay for today. Let's win it again. Thank you for tuning in, guys. You really do make us and keep us going. Top of the hour, Brian is going to be on last call, so stay on this channel and check him out.
So my plays are going to be a little bit later than normal today because I got the other show to do. But
right,
yeah, working on them right now.
But he'll probably win because he usually does. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We will see you Monday. I will see you Sunday morning on my MLB show on my YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with more.